and right. Chuku, Nelson Henry. That's the first 2 points of the game. Rebound comes back and it's Cartwright once again. He floats the ball over to Nelson Henry, and Nelson Henry beats Mitchell to the ball and lays it in for 2, and Leicester off to a quick start, 4-0. Gives it to Wright instead. Cartwright drives all the way to the basket, makes it all the way and lays it in with his left hand.
Well, that was a good move at the top of the key, but I'm afraid that the Eagles defence were caught napping under the basket.
People were looking for a pass and said Cartwright, he has Morcell for 3 at the end. Right, Morcell knocks down a 3. Long pass from Cartwright, finds Nelson Henry again. He's very patient.
Rather like him, Jeff, his positioning off the ball is great.
There's Morcell now, battling, going for another 3 and makes another. Shot clock back to 14. Riders ball the end line. Simple throw in by Cartwright. Once again, the Eagles defence, which looked very suspect last week against Sheffield, hasn't got the grips with any of the Leicester players at the moment.
I think one of the reasons for that, Jeff, is there's a look of well drilled about this team, particularly the way play off the ball.
Well, Ramon Fletcher gets a loose ball rebound. Morcell driving in on the basket.
And Andy Thompson.
Fletcher finds Morcell. Nice little floater from Morcell. Can't make the 2.
Just not got his range at the moment, has he, Darius?
Cartwright pushing hard at the other end and he lays it in coast to coast. Looks very quick, this Cartwright. Overcooks it. There's Morcell going hard at the other end. Little Euro step doesn't make it, but John Mitchell's there. Offensive rebound and putback. Fletcher tried to find Lasker and he's well short, and Leicester come up and it was alley-oop from Lascelles to Chuku, but Chuku missed it completely. Morcell at the other end driving hard once again, and Chuku comes back on defence and makes a great block. Yeah. So Morcell into Mitchell. Mitchell having a good look around. It's only 8 seconds on the shot clock, but Darius Defoe goes past Jesse Chuku, lays it in for rebound. Fletcher pushes it. Morcell thought about going all the way to the basket, but drops it off to Darius Defoe. Turnaround jump shot is good. Eagles lead 19-13. Lascelles now coming forward for Leicester. Out in the corner to Anderson, who thought about the 3, now comes inside. Lovely pass to Lascelles. John Mitchell making an Eagles lead by 4, 19-15. Morcell pushing the floor. Good defence from Andy Thompson. Mismatch here with Hussein and Scott, and Anderson coming round. Once again looking for a jump shot. Gets the jump shot off and misses it. Good rebound by Andy Thompson. Gets the ball back out to Lascelles, and Lascelles finds Andy Thompson inside. But Sadi Hussein comes up with a great rejection on Andy Thompson. Mike Morcell at the other end driving hard. Flips it up and in. Morcell in double figures on 10 points already. 40 seconds left. Thompson against Hussein. That ended badly for Thompson the last time, and it's ended badly for Thompson this time as well. Defence, 4 seconds on the shot clock as the Riders have got an end line ball. See what they can come up with here. And this time it's Hussein gets, so it's definitely clutch as well. Oh, that's nice ball movement from the Eagles. Kai Williams had a chance to go up at the basket, but he gives it back to Mike Morcell. Mike Morcell. Lascelles it is that's trying to set it up. Will they look for an early one? Doesn't look like it inside the last 10 seconds. Lascelles, he has Dietrich, as Dave said, was a shooter. Comes outside. Eagles have got 4 seconds to get to the other end. Schlitzer not really hurrying. At the end of the first quarter, the Eagles lead deservedly 25-18. Good run towards the end of the quarter from them.
It was, 25-18. The Eagles will be really pleased with that, but I'll tell you what, I think that we're going to be faced probably with a really competitive game tonight.
Some Henry back out there, Chuku out there. Here's Wright coming inside. Against Morcell, that's nice play by Wright. Good strong play, nice. Fletcher. Morcell back to Fletcher. Schlitzer comes round off the screen. Pat Nostra barking out the orders and marching up and down those sidelines as usual. Here's Nelson Henry against Hussein. Nelson Henry almost loses the handle, but gets it back. There was a nice spin move and a nice lane as well.
Yeah.
Just look a good player. He inbounds the ball to Cartwright. Cartwright immediately looking for Nelson Henry inside. That's a good high pass, and Henry gets over Hussein and knocks it in one-handed. Nice play again from Cartwright and Nelson Henry. Fletcher thought about the three, but they faked the three and found Hussein wide.
No hangover from last week, is there? From down at Sheffield. And I tell you what, a lot of good play from the Eagles. Probably the best play off the ball we've seen from the Eagles this season so far.
Nelson Henry once again up against Hussein. Another great British. This time lays it in with his left hand. Obviously can finish with both hands inside, and he's straight away again. Back out to Cartwright. Been taught very much he's a pass first point guard, but he's going to go all the way to the basket this time, I think, and lay a reverse lane.
And to keep the incentive he's got going in this quarter so far, putting a little bit of full court pressure on.
Hussein does well there. You could say that Cartwright really had nowhere else to go there, did he? And you know, he probably wasn't looking to foul. And Fletcher's given that ball away. Mitchell almost got it back, but Cartwright battled with it. He found Nelson Henry. Now Cartwright's going to go all the way. Gives it back to Nelson Henry. Comes out to three for Jesse Chukwu. That's his first points in the game with 5:40 to go. By Naaman Wright. He brings the ball over halfway line for the Eagles. Gives it to Kai Williams. Back to Darius Defoe. Into Schlitzer. Finds John Mitchell. John Mitchell's going to go strong. Comes back out to Schlitzer for three. And his 3-point shot. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. He has his hand in the air. Extends the fingers. Drives round Morcell. Up for a 2-point jump shot. Nice play from Cartwright. All about Cartwright, that one. With the ball in the hands of Morcell just outside the 3-point line. Mitchell and Thompson going at it. So Morcell shoots the three again.
Bloody good leap.
And he's going to go all the way. Lovely pass. Really lovely pass from Drew Lasker. But unfortunately, Darius Defoe missed the first one. But got the rebound. Hussein finds Lasker from the end line. He's hassled by Scott. Almost doesn't get the ball over the line. But Darius Defoe in acres of space. Making it at least an 8-point game. Three. Morcell for two, and it's well off, and it goes wide. Morcell going in 6 points up at 41-35, but Leicester by no means out of this one.
Well, I think they will, because to me it's been a pretty even game, but Eagles were 6 points up at the end of that first quarter break. A little bit of a slow start in this quarter, but they found the rhythm again. They're 6 points up at half time. And, you know, I still feel that there's a lot to go in this game here. Competitive, this is the physical nature of the team. We don't want that taken out of the game, do we?
No. It's Anderson to Wright. Wright goes for three. Nails the three.
Whether Mike showed frustration there, whether he was frustrated with the fact he missed it, or whether really I shouldn't have taken that shot.
I think it was probably the second when you look at the court. There's a great drive all the way to the basket. Yeah. Morcell and Anderson in the paint. Both players taking a tumble. Lasker finds.
I'm not quite sure what happened there, but that looked like a
Fletcher found Lasker in the corner. And
pretty good kick out.
Yes, Wright out, kicks it out to the corner to Jamal Anderson, who knocks down the three. And Eagles, I think, are going to call a timeout. You have to be very impressed with Leicester's defence. Very, very tough indeed. And once again, they've come up with a steal.
Mike, John, you had a wide open shot there, and you took it into the big trees under the defence.
On Wright once again, in for two. Fletcher for his first 2 points of the night. Gets the Eagles on the board eventually, but
3.5 minutes of this third quarter.
15-2 it is the run. Mitchell battling against Nelson Henry. Almost going one on it, and he's missed his layup, but he manages to get the offensive rebound and lays it back in. Tough work from John Mitchell, especially after missing the first layup.
Yeah, well, the first layup, Andy Thompson.
Yeah, Andy Thompson coming on, and when you've been playing well, and then you can bring Andy Thompson on the bench, it's a real bonus for you. Morcell finds Fletcher. Fletcher's going to try and go to the basket. And this time he manages to lay it in off the glass, and he's now up to 4 points. But Morcell thought about the three. Good hands from Jamal Anderson, knocks the ball away. Mitchell comes up, sets the screen, but Andy Thompson does really well. Fletcher, I'm not sure if that three was going to drop or not, but John Mitchell made absolutely sure, and he just tapped it home for 2 points.
No boxing out at all. They were watching the ball instead of the man.
Leicester back on the offence, leading by 2. Nice pass from Cartwright.
Last Eagles one. They need to get back to setting more things up with ball movement than ball control, because that worked for them in the first half. It didn't work for them against Sheffield, but it is tonight. Job, Darius.
Really well played by Darius from John Mitchell, who was really, I think he had a case for a foul there, but he Lascelles comes to set the play up for Leicester. He uses Andy Thompson's screen to get round the corner, but he's got a little bit lost off there, but Anderson does well to take it off him, driving at the basket, back out to Lascelles, back into Anderson. Great move by Jamal Anderson. And Mike Morsell comes from behind. Fletcher drove past Fletcher, but he couldn't make the reverse hand layup with his left hand. Leicester coming back with a big 3 from Jesse Chuckle. Fletcher it is who brings the ball over halfway. Good screen by Kai Williams. Fletcher skips between 2 people, knocks down the 2 from the free throw line, brings his team back to within. Half-court shot. Leicester trying to guard the half-court shot just in case. Hussein goes the full length, throws it up. Now Morsell gets the shot off, but it's nowhere near the basket. And that ends the third quarter. Good quarter for the Leicester Riders. There were 6 down going in, or 2 points coming out, but with only 2 points between the side, with 10 minutes to go, it's anybody's game.
Well, you're right. It was a good quarter for the Leicester Riders. They made a good start. Conversely, the Eagles made a slow start, but in their fairness to the Eagles, the recovery did get underway. I just think that the Eagles have their best spells, and this particularly was the case against Sheffield, when they're playing up tempo.
With it, gives it to Jamal Anderson, long ball. He comes back to Cartwright. 2 really good teams here, playing, battling hard. Here's Joe Scott for 3. Joe Scott's first shot of the game, I believe, and he's knocked it down. Yeah, his first shot of the game, and he makes the 3. That's what he's been renowned for, what he's been brought in for. Here's Fletcher, he's got a wide open 2-point shot, he makes that one. Good work by Hussein to get him that space. He can't make the...
So is Nelson Henry. It sounds like Bernardini's doing a lot of...
chief scout for the Leicester Riders, yeah. Fletcher stands back, thought about the 3. 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and Mike Morsell knocks the 2-point shot down and brings the Eagles back to within 1. There's the second one, goes in, and that levels the game. It's 62 points off with 7:20 to go, and it's Kieran Cartwright to set the next play up once again for the Leicester Riders. Cartwright in and out, finds, oh, that's a fantastic move by Neil on right. Another chance, 5:20 to go, 62-64 to Leicester. Jamal Anderson coming round. Chuckle. Oh, great pass from Cartwright into Nelson Henry. Interesting, no Ramon Fletcher out there as they go into the last 5 minutes of the game. Morsell it was who brought the ball forward. Kai Williams, Darius Defoe. Mike Morsell now trying to drive at the basket. There's the floater for 2, makes the 2. 64-66.
Yeah, off a post completely. And that's what happened there.
Right inbounds to Chuku. Nelson Henry outside the 3-point line. Gives it to Kieran Cartwright. He's going to drive all the way to the basket. Hangs tough and makes
the play and the key to it.
One right fails to make the 2. Rare occurrence in the second half for him to miss. Eagles back on offense. John Mitchell took the rebound. Darius Defoe shot easily blocked. Comes back, Drew Lasker. Kai Williams has a chance to shoot the 3. Kai Williams makes the 3. Pulls the Eagles back to within 1. It's 67-68. 3 minutes 15, and he's sat there for 1 minute and 20 now. Eagles desperate to get him on. Anderson cuts well inside. Nelson Henry had a chance to shoot the ball from the free throw line, but came inside and made the throw. Imploring. Great defensive play by Nelson Henry. There's Kieran Cartwright just took Ramon Fletcher to the absolute cleaners down the court. A home draw. Now it looks, especially with Sheffield winning at Manchester, Fletcher's driving all the way down and he lays it in for 2, and Leicester just let him score, and they've taken a timeout with 3.1 left. Lascelles inbounds to Wright. Wright it is who comes off the screen, puts up a huge 3, doesn't make it. Shane takes the rebound, and that's all she wrote. The Eagles lose their third in a row, Leicester win their third in a row, Leicester go to 6-2 in the cup, and that should qualify them for a home draw in the quarter-finals. The Eagles now 4-4 with 2 games to go against Manchester, probably looking for third place in the group now, which will be an away game because Sheffield have also won in Manchester. Well deserved. Excellent second half performance by Leicester.
Well, I mean, I've used the word consistent or consistently in quite a bit in the last 3 minutes. And yeah, teams change rosters and everything else, but the consistency about Leicester is they've got the same guy on the bench running everything and calling all the plays. And he really has drilled into this team how he wants them to play. And they had far more consistency about following those instructions than the Eagles. Much as the Eagles have improved from last week, they've still got to be able to play for 40 minutes.
41-28 it was the second half. Leicester's defence really locking in and enough points to take them through for that win. So next week it'll be Manchester that's in town for the Eagles, and again we'll talk about a must-win game because obviously the Eagles need to make the quarter-finals. But Leicester looking good at the moment and looking strong for the rest of the season.
Let me pick you up on that must-win. So where are Glasgow in all this?
Well, again, Glasgow probably have to win 2 games.
Right.
So, if you remember, Eagles and Glasgow split, so we'd have to look at the points difference. I think it's fairly safe to say that it's going to be probably Cheshire will probably get in as well. It's probably looking like Sheffield, Leicester, Newcastle and Cheshire, with it could be Sheffield, Leicester, Newcastle, Cheshire is the finish.
So is it fair to say at the moment then it's only really Sheffield and Leicester really nailed on?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yes. So from Dave and myself, that's it until next week. Next week it's the Manchester Giants in Newcastle. Hope you enjoyed tonight's game. Hope you enjoyed our commentary, and we'll see you next week.